Welcome to Lab 10. In Lab 10, we're going to have 3 different videos. In the first 2 videos, I'm going to walk you through 2 different independent samples t-test, and in the last video, I'm going to show you how to write up your test results using the independent samples t-test. Let's take a look at the first data. We have a study where 2 groups of participants were asked to walk on a treadmill for a period of 3 days. And one group walked while they were watching a cooking show, and another group walked while they were watching personal trainers. So the question is, which group walked more? This is a study. So what do we need to do with this information? You're going to upload your data into JASP, and then we're going to confirm that the variable types are correct, and then we're going to enter value labels for the show. 1 equals cooking and 2 equals trainers. So let's do that. I've already got actually JASP pretty much set up. So we're going to confirm that subject is a nominal variable. It always puts it that way as a scale variable, but it's nominal. Show is nominal and distance is a scale variable. Perfect. So now what we need to do is we need to do those value labels that we talked about. So I'm going to put cooking for the first, and I'm going to spell it right. And I'll do trainers for the second one. I'll close this out. All right, now, so I am all set up. Oh, I didn't hit enter, did I? Okay, let me do that again. So once I have it on trainers, I have to hit enter for it to take. And it took, there you go. All right, so let's go back and see what we need to do next. We're going to complete a frequency table for the nominal variable and descriptives for the continuous variable. We've done this a million times before. Descriptives, I'm going to go to show and move that on over. And I'm doing a frequency table for how many of the different types of shows were watched, or how many people watched each type of show. But beyond hitting frequency table, I have to do something else. I have to unselect or deselect all these descriptive statistics down here because I can't find the mean of a nominal variable. So I'm going to close that, or I'm not going to close that out. I'm going to come back up. I have my frequency table, and now I'll do the descriptive statistics for the distance. I'm going to move that over, and voila, it's all there. The mean number of miles walked was 11.57. Okay. So let's see what we have to do next. Next is the fun part, which is the independent samples t-test. We're going to see if there was a difference between these 2 groups and if the difference was statistically significant. So I'm going to come to t-test, I'm going to hit independent samples t-test, and I'm going to move distance to the variables box. I understand that here it says dependent variables. On your version of JASP, it'll just say variables. And then for the grouping variables, we're going to put show. So let's do that. And I'm going to go to t-test, independent samples t-test. I'm going to put show as the grouping variable. It's the independent variable. Which group are you in? And distance is the thing that will depend on which group you're in, maybe. So we shall see. Now I'm going to click a couple different boxes, and your directions tell you to do this. We're going to click on something called Welch here, and where it says alternative hypothesis, we're going to keep the groups. We're going to say that the groups are not equal for the alternative hypothesis, which means it's a two-tailed test. I'm also going to click on these assumption checks here. We're going to talk about those at another time. I'm going to click on effect size, and then I am also going to make sure that I'm going to click on descriptives. I think that's everything we're supposed to do. All right, this is it for now. Let's take a quick look and see what we've got. For our independent samples t-test, what is the t statistic? We're looking at student. That's what we're going to be looking at. Our t statistic is 0.61. Our degrees of freedom are 58, which means that there are 60 people in the study. Our p is 0.54. We're going to evaluate that against a p-value of 0.05. So our alpha is 0.05, and we're going to compare our p-value to 0.05. And we're going to make the appropriate decision that we always make. I don't want to give it all away. Anyway, so as you're getting ready to save this, you can export your results to your computer. and you can save it as an HTML file. I kind of highly recommend that. I think it's easier for me to read it, but you can do what works for you. All right, that's it for this one. I'll see you at the next one.